All right, hey guys, we are back with another video here for you. And today what we're going to talk about brand ranking, okay, top to bottom, how things used to be versus how they are today, and how all of this applies. Is Toyota better than Ford? Is Chevy better than Toyota? Is Ram better than Nissan? How we hear all this stuff, and if you follow any of the comments on anybody's YouTube, anybody creates car and truck YouTube videos, if you follow any of that stuff, you hear nonstop is this is junk. I've heard on my channel, I've heard that Ram is junk. I've heard that Chevy's junk. I've heard that Toyota's junk. I've heard that Nissan's junk. I've heard that every single brand is pure junk by dozens of people. How do they really rank? So where do we stand in this? So basically it's going to come down to a few different factors that we're going to boil in here that I'll include in here for you based on this. But we got to know a couple of things right off the bat before we dive in. But we got the Toyota. I'm doing the mid-size here to show you. It applies to all their models across all the brands, basically. But we got the Toyota. They got a nice little video running right here for you. You can see we're going to cover that stuff. We got the Tacoma. We got the Ranger we're going to talk about. The Colorado we're going to talk about right here running. Hang on, we can turn that down. Sorry. But we got the Colorado going right here. We have the Nissan Frontier, and we have the Jeep Gladiator. But this would apply for Jeep Ram. This would apply for also apply for Chevy and for GM's models. Okay, it's the same thing. They're the same companies. But we know that today in 2024, regardless of everything in the past, we know that today, right now, 2024, every vehicle is basically the same. Okay, the pros and cons cancel each other out. What one offers and the other one doesn't, vice versa, and all that stuff, they all kind of cancel each other out. So there's no variables that are going to kick into that as well right in there. We also know, here's the criteria for this brand, okay? Because like I said, all models, the pros and cons cancel each other out, so that's irrelevant. All trucks equally, or the reliability equals out on them as well too today. And if you don't believe that, that's fine, whatever. And this is just opinion, but this opinion is more seriously based than just opinion. This is a educated thing. Now yours may differ, and I'd love to hear your ranking and how you would put these in order. What do you feel this ranking should be for you? Mine comes as a highly educated, as somebody who's been, this bought 37 new trucks over my lifetime here, and I'm only 50 years old, and I've studied these things my whole life. So this is kind of my educated opinion. I would love to know yours as well too in here. So put it in the comments. But thinking about that, so we know that all reliability is basically equal across all boards. If you think Toyota in 2024, their trucks are more reliable than anything else, you bumped your head. If you think that a Jeep is less reliable than anything else, you bumped your head. There's statistics everywhere that show this stuff, okay? I don't care what Consumer Report, Motor Trend, Car and Driver, or Motor One, or Auto Evolution. I don't care who ranks what, how, and where, and they come up with their thing. This is real world here we're talking about. And when you weigh it out, the reason that we are brand ranking that we are doing right now, how we are coming up with these numbers, it is based on these things right here. Quality control. Okay, because all trucks today have problems. So we know there's some quality control is something that they can control. They cannot control suppliers as well. They cannot control unforeseen circumstances, but quality control matters. Customer care matters. That's the biggest one, because all trucks today, we know every single brand has major problems. So customer care is what matters the most. How do they take care of the customer afterwards? Same with the warranty care. Do they do the right stuff warranty-wise? How far will they go? This stuff matters. What is the buying experience like when you're going through and buying this process? Is it easy? Is it fun? Or was it a bad experience trying to get the vehicle you wanted? All these things come in. What about the dealership experience? Was it a pain in the butt at the dealership? Did you feel like you basically got stripped down and taken advantage of? Do you feel like you've been drugged through the dirt and the mud? That kind of thing. What about the value factor of it, of owning this vehicle? Okay, you want value in it. Resale value? Resale value is not what a lot of people think it is. They got a mistaken understanding of resale value. We'll cover that. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to dive into. So knowing that, let's just get that out of the way here and go back to this stuff and take a look at these. So as far as the ranking of these, okay, these trucks, how this stuff ranked for many, many years, basically all the way for so long pre-COVID, it basically, in a nutshell, was considered this order, okay? You had Toyota is number one. Toyota was the king of quality, the king of a lot of stuff. Again, you go back 10 years ago even, Toyota dominated all that stuff. It was considered as a top dog. Ford was right there behind him. Ford followed suit. Ford was the American top dog company. Okay, they did everything right. Ford quality throughout. Ford this, the blue oval. Ford was synonymous with resale, with quality, with durability, with reliability, with good designs, with cutting edge stuff. They did everything very, very well. Ford was very well known for what they had and what they offered and how they did things. Then you had Chevy, which was considered a little less expensive than what Ford is. It was there with it. They were direct competitors. People either loved or hated it. You had all the Chevy versus Ford things. But Chevy was considered to be a little less expensive, not quite the luxury brand that Ford was. It was more the working man's truck, that kind of thing. And it's how it stood. And it's a great truck, but it was in that order. Then you had Nissan. Okay, you had Nissan with the Frontier, which kind of just, the Frontier, the Titan, and it was there, but it was a little more kind of hidden. Not quite so popular, not so well known, quality truck, good truck, but just kind of buried in the back and not thought of a whole lot. It was there, but again, not thought of quite as much as the other, those top three were. And then you had Ram and you had Jeep, okay, which were there, always held good numbers, did their thing well, but they were considered to be less expensive than the other ones. They were considered to be a little less quality than the other ones. Kind of that, little bit lower scale, but they also cost less, and they had all these things. There was a lot of them sold. They were considered to be, it was expected to have some issues with them. This was kind of the way things were ranked and how things happened. For many, many years, for decades, this was the standard pecking order for trucks. Okay, this was how it goes. So you guys jump on here all the time and tell me, no, Ram and quality in the same sentence? Or how do you think Ram fits at the top? No, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Or how could Ram ever be very good? Or how could Jeep and reliability be considered the same? Or how could you say Chevy's anything good? They're pure junk. How can you say Chevy's at the top of the list? I get so much of this crap. What do you mean Toyota's no longer on top? What do you mean Ford quality sucks? They go on and on, okay? They just go on and on the comments. Your opinion matters. I want to hear what you have to say on it. But again, this stuff, as soon as I start hearing somebody tell me that something's junk, and today, we pretty much, I dismiss the comment immediately. It's like it's not even worth your time to respond to. No offense if you're the one saying, the new Tacoma's pure junk. I don't have anything to say to that because you don't know what you're saying doesn't make sense. It's not junk. But let's see here. So we know that and everybody thinks that. How do I put the pecking order today? So if before we had it basically running as Toyota is number 1, Ford is number 2. Okay, let's put these back at the top here so we can see them. So we had Ford is number 2, top dog. We had Chevy following right behind that. Then we had the Nissan Frontier rolling in right in there and doing its thing. And then we had, at the back end, the Ram and the Jeep and their, what they were expected. So, especially this one. People are shocked when I say that Jeep and Ram quality is very, very good today. Did Jeep get better? Did Ram get better? Yeah, a little bit. But really why they're better now? It's by default. Okay, Ram and Jeep has made little improvements throughout the years, little bit, did a little better quality control. Their real factors is, that like with their Jeep and their Gladiator and stuff like that, and even the Rams and the pickup trucks, these things have been out for a long time. They're changing very little. So they just keep perfecting and perfecting. Look at the 3.6 Pentastar that's in this Jeep. Okay, I mean, when it came out, it had major teething issues for like 5 straight years and a lot of problems. Okay, I mean, it made the Tundra issues look like a joke sometimes. But the thing about this truck is now, here we are now, 10 years later, and this engine's in like 14 million vehicles, and it has been so proven and fine-tuned. It's one of the most reliable motors today by statistics. Believe it or not, and if you don't, go look it up. Okay, it's there. It has more of these on the road than almost any other motor out there, and it has a super, like a .04 or .0325 something failure rate on it. It's a proven one. Well, my neighbor's a mechanic for Ram, and he says that they're horrible. You know what? If you read my comments, everybody's a mechanic, or everybody has a cousin, sister's, uncle, friend's, mother's, grandparents, sister's, brother that's a mechanic that says that this brand sucks or that brand sucks or this brand sucks. It's everywhere. Everybody has the same opinion. Anything that you can complain about for one vehicle, somebody else is in the comments complaining about it on the other vehicle. If you hate this if you hate Toyota and you love Ford, scroll down 3 comments. Somebody has probably kicked in on there that says they hate Ford and love Toyota. There is no, it's all opinion. My opinion here is this is the new ranking order that we have on this. So in my opinion, the beauty of Ram here is that they kind of stayed stagnant on this. So here's how we had it before. Let's put this into perspective real quick. All right, so here's how it kind of was before. We had it right here. Remember, we had Toyota, then Ford, then Chevy and GM, then Nissan, then Ram and Jeep. Today, in 2024, notice that Ram and Jeep did not really do anything. They stayed the same. They're still in the same position where here they were in last. They're still here. The difference is Toyota and Ford have swapped places and dropped down to the bottom. Again, remember what we're basing all this stuff on, okay? It's not an individual vehicle. It is not on things like that. All vehicles are equal today. It is on the company and the practices and the way they do things and what it's like to be an owner of these vehicles. Okay, so that's where it lays at. So really, Ram stayed right there, and Ford and Toyota dropped down below Ram, and then Nissan and Chevy bumped up above Ram. That's all that happened. Okay, that's what happened. Nissan, the Frontier, is an amazing truck. Okay, was it before? It was good, but it wasn't what it is now. And given the fact that everybody else has gone to turbo motors and things like that, Nissan automatically climbs to the top. Chevy has just climbed hard as they could, and they just knocked it out of the park with the Colorado, the Silverado, the 2500s. They're really doing things, and their customer service team is just doing its job very well. They're taking care of people. They're going above and beyond. They're really diving in on the warranty stuff. They're doing fantastic. Ram and Jeep, they're basically staying the same, but they're improving little bits, but it's kept them in the spot they are. Ford has dropped tremendously. Their quality control is the worst of any automotive manufacturer right now, has been last 3 years in a row. The recall numbers skyrocket above everything else. People are like, well, Ram's recall numbers are right there behind them too. Yeah, but it was. It always has been. Remember, Ram was down here. You're seeing it here, and it didn't really move, but these two fell below. Toyota is the worst car buying experience there is in the world today, as far as dealership, as far as dealing with the allocations, as far as dealing with the lies and the BS that Toyota does for you, dealing with the Toyota prices, dealing with the big middle finger Toyota gives to everybody, and now they suck at warranty care. They're not standing behind their products very good. The Toyota just fell from top to bottom. Again, my opinion, voice yours in the comments, but they have dropped just off the charts tremendously. So that new order that we're seeing on here, that new design and layout, is going to go something like this. So we had it as Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Nissan, Jeep, and Ram, okay? Well, now it ends up being Chevy here, and then it ends up going from Chevy to Nissan right here, and then it goes from there to Jeep and Ram, again, by default. They really didn't do much. They just win by default. And then you go to Ford right here, and then you're going to Toyota right here. So now the new pecking order, as we see, Chevy, Nissan, Jeep and Ram, Ford, and Toyota. Believe it or not, it's completely up to you. It's your opinion. Put your stuff down below. I could pull up and present factual stuff and all that kind of things here for you, but I've done it in so many other videos. Just go watch some of my videos. Just watch the truck news videos. It's all there for you. I already have it all. It's not really even in one video. It's not worth my time to gather all this stuff when it's all already out there for you. So, but your opinion, everything washes and cancels itself out. So this is a very personal opinion in here. Does that mean that when we look at that Chevy is that much better than Nissan? No, we're splitting hairs. Does that mean Nissan is that much better than Jeep? No, we're splitting hairs. Does that mean Ford is that much better than Toyota? No, we're just splitting little hairs here. This is minor stuff, but it's something to keep in mind for you to enjoy or to understand so that you can enjoy your next purchase that you do on a vehicle. That's what this is all about. What is the best decision for you? What is your opinion on brand ranking? Where do you think all this fits? Put your stuff down below. As always, thanks for watching.